Stop outsourcing your worst to clients who pay you. There is a dangerous mindset that quietly destroys a lot of talented women, and most of the time, it doesn't look dangerous at first. It looks responsible, professional, grateful, ambitious. It sounds like, I need this client to be happy. I cannot afford to disappoint them. If they leave, maybe I'm doing something wrong. And slowly, without even realizing it, your emotional stability becomes tied to the approval of the people paying you. That's where the problem begins. Because the moment your self-worth becomes dependent on client validation, you stop operating like a business owner and start operating like someone asking for permission to feel valuable. That shift changes everything. You answer message too quickly. You over-explain your pricing. You tolerate disrespect. You apologize for boundaries. You panic when someone sounds slightly unhappy. You begin managing emotions instead of managing business. And eventually, you becoming emotionally exhausted trying to earn a level of approval that no amount of work will permanently secure. Because here is the trust most entrepreneurs learn the hard way. Clients are not qualified to determine your worth. They are qualified to determine whether your service fits their needs. Those are not the same thing. A client can leave because of timing, budget, priorities, personality, their own emotional instability, their own lack of clarity. And yet, so many women internalize every business interaction as a reflection of personal value. That's why one difficult email can ruin our entire day. So Amy also experienced some customer complaints, some customer feedback, some customer blah blah blah. So or email really ruin your day. So be careful of that, okay? So that's why one cancellation can feel personal. That's why some entrepreneurs secretly feel emotionally dependent on people that technically work for. And the longer that continues, the harder it becomes to lead confidently. Because confidence becomes conditional. You only feel secure when clients are responding positively. You only feel calm when everyone is satisfied. You only feel valuable when money is coming in consistently. But real confidence cannot survive if it depends entirely on internal reactions, especially in business, because business is unpredictable. People change their minds. Clients project stress onto you. Some people will love your work. Others won't appreciate it at all. And every client interaction controls your emotional state. You will spend years trapped in emotional survival model. This is why boundaries matter far beyond schedule or contracts. Boundaries protect identity. They protect emotional stability. They protect your ability to think clearly under pressure. A woman who constantly absorbs client emotions eventually loses connection with her own voice. So, Amy always thinking you have to grow from your own, okay? Look more things from yourself than others outside. So, she becomes reactive reactive instead of intentional, careful instead of confident, over-accommodating instead of respected. And the difficult part is many women were conditioned to believe this behavior is what makes them good, helpful, nice, easy to work with. But being emotionally available to everyone is not the same thing as being professional. And constantly proving your value is not the same thing as actually knowing it. At some point, every entrepreneur faces a decision. Do you build your business around fear of losing approval? Or do you build it around clarity, standards, and self-respect? Because clients can feel that difference. People respond differently when they sense you are grounded. When your tone is calm instead of anxious. When your boundaries are clear without hostility. When you stop communicating from emotional fear, ironically, the moment you stop chasing validation from clients, people often respect you more, not because you become cold, but because your energy changes. You stopped negotiating against yourself. You stopped apologizing for existing. You stopped acting like your own rises and falls based on someone else's satisfaction score. And that changed the entire dynamic. One of the most powerful shifts an entrepreneur can make it realize this. A client is participating in a business relationship, not evaluating your humanity. Those are two very different things. You can care deeply about your work without emotionally collapsing every time someone is disappointed. You can be compassionate without abandoning your own boundaries. You can be kind without making yourself emotionally small. And you can lose clients without losing yourself. The last part matters more than people realize, because many entrepreneurs never fully recover from years of trying their identity to performance. They become hyper-vigilant, overworked, emotionally dependent on praise, terrified or criticism, unable to rest, unable to disconnect, unable to feel enough unless someone else confirms. That is not success. That is emotional capacity disguised as professionalism. And eventually, it drains the joy out of the very business you worked so hard to build. The goal is not to become detached or uncaring. The goal is emotionally ownership. To understand that your worth existed before the client arrived, and it will still exist if they leave. That level of self-respect changes how you negotiate, how you communicate, how you price, how you lead, how you recover from rejection, and honestly, how peaceful your life feels. Because peace begins the moment your identity stops living in someone else's hands. And many women do not need more confidence. They need to stop handing their self-worth to people who were never supposed to carry it in the first place. Sometimes the strongest thing a woman can say is, "This is my work. This is my standard. And my value does not disappear simply because someone failed to recognize it." that is a boundary that change everything. So you don't have to prove that, show or that you are power or something. You just do things quietly. This is my thinking. So thank you guys. I hope you like today's video and I hope give you a lot of thinking. Okay, if you like my video, don't forget subscribe, make comments, or give me feedback. I hope you communicate with the guys more. Okay, so if any need my help, my suggestion, please let me know. I love your comments. So thank you guys. See you next time.